Good day guys, Victifreak here and welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Now, I'm sorry that I've been lacking uploads recently. Like I've said in my past videos, I've been pretty busy recently, so I haven't really had the time to bring out any new videos. But I finally got the time to record and make another video, so here it is. Today, we will be drawing Acerola from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Personally, Acerola is probably my favorite character in Sun and Moon. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know, I just really like her design, and I don't know, I think it's just I really like her design and she looks really different, and I also think that she's the only Hex Maniac in the game if I remember correctly. It's kind of weird, but yeah, Acerola is my favorite character from Pokemon Sun and Moon, and so I thought, hey, why not I draw this for another video? So here we are. So these are the tools that you will need today. We will be coloring in Acerola with color pencils today. So of course, if you don't have any color pencils on you right now and you only have markers, that's fine as well. You can color with markers, of course, as long as you have the right colors. So obviously we're gonna need a pencil. So here I just have my mechanical pencil. Of course, if you don't have a mechanical one, you can just use a normal pencil. I also have my rubber, an outliner, and these are the colors. So we will be using quite a few today. So we have a light purple and a fairly dark purple. This is gonna be for the hair, well, mostly for the hair. So this is gonna be for the light parts near the top of her hair, the top of her head. And then we have just a skin color, regular skin color, obviously for skin, and a brownish, slightly darker skin color, which is going to be for the shaded parts of her skin. Then we have a pink and a sort of grayish pinkish crimson sort of color. This is gonna be for her mouth, so this is gonna be for the tongue, and this is going to be for the inside where it's shaded, of course. And then we have some yellows, just two. We have a light yellow, this is gonna be like a cream, very light yellow, and then we have a sort of fairly strong orangey kind of yellow. This is gonna be for the bracelet sort of thing that she has, as well as the little hair clip thing she has on her hair that every other travel captain has. And then also I forgot to mention this, this is gonna be for the shaded parts of the bracelet, where it's kind of like a yellowish kind of brown, I guess, a grayish yellowish brown. So that's gonna be for the shaded area of the yellow. And then we have 3 shades of blue. This is gonna be for her clothes. So we have a light blue. This is gonna be used very lightly. We want to get a very light blue color. And then in the middle we have just a normal kind of blue. This is slightly gray. It's not a super strong blue color. It's a bit of a grayish kind of blue, but it's not super dark either. And then we have a very darkish grayish kind of blue. This is gonna be for the bottom part of her clothes. And yeah, so that's the only thing we'll be using these for, the clothes. And alright, so that's all the tools. So if you like, you can get a piece of paper and we will begin the drawing. So obviously we should have our paper portrait, because it is quite, I mean, you don't have to, of course, but it would make more sense if you had a portrait, because of course it is a portrait, and it's much longer than it is wide. So let's see, we're gonna have the head around, let's make a line in the middle first actually, because we're not gonna be drawing the whole image of Acerola. We're gonna cut a bit of the bottom off. So around the top half of the page, all of it will be the head, more or less. So let's see, just around here, we're gonna make an oval shape, fairly wide. Alright, now the reason that this is so wide is because a lot of her hair is puffed out sideways, so her head is only gonna be about a third of this oval. And now we'll just do the shape of the body, so fairly thin compared to what we just drew, so we'll just maybe about a third of the width of the oval we just made, and it's gonna get slightly wider as we go down. Okay, that's good enough. We don't really need much detail at the moment, so this is really all that we will need for now. And let's see. Now let's just draw in the shape of her head then. So her head is, like I said, about a third, maybe about a third of the actual oval, and most of the rest is hair. Okay, for now all we need is this U shape. That is all we'll need. And let's see. You know what, let's just get a relative shape of her hair then. So her hair, it's going to be fairly wide, like I said, and it's gonna keep this shape that we drew more or less. And as we go lower, a lot of it is going to flick outwards and up, like so. There's gonna be a few of these, so we'll just draw a few of these flicks, I guess you could say. Okay, and on this side there's gonna be another strand of hair, just goes down. There's a bit of a funny shape towards the bottom, so around here we're just gonna flick up. It's gonna just make an arch and just go around, curve a little, and then go back up like that. Bit of a funny shape. And let's just draw in her face then, or her head, not her face. It's gonna be slightly tilted, so slightly to the left, but not too much, so maybe about this much. So it's not too noticeable, but it is a little bit, so just draw that in. And just make this hair join up around here, so around the middle of her face. So she's tilting her face a little bit, so it's gonna be a little more to the left, and it's gonna go back down, and we'll draw the same thing that we did here, except it's gonna be a little higher because, like I said, it's she's tilting her head a little, so it's gonna be slightly higher around here. Okay, that looks pretty good, and we'll just draw her hair in again at the top. I'm gonna keep the shape, and we're pretty much gonna do the exact same thing we did on this side, except on the right this time. And again, a little tilted, a little higher than this side, and then we'll move on to the little details that we have at the top of her head. Okay, that looks good enough for now, and we'll just add in 2 lines that we have at the little clump of hair at the bottom. Just 2 lines like so, and there's gonna be in the end a few more lines here and there in her hair, but we'll only draw the ones that we can really distinguish for now. Okay, I think now we can move on to this area. So we're just gonna wrap out a bit of the top around the middle, and a little to the left we're gonna draw a, let's say, like a 4-leaf clover shape. So this is the badge like thing that every trial captain in Acerola has. Like that. And then there's gonna be 3 I don't know, I don't really know what you call this, but I don't think you would, I don't know, there's just gonna be 3 hair things poking out. There's one here, there's another one right here, and one all the way at the bottom here. So this is gonna come out around in the little, oh actually first we need to draw the little clip. So this is the clip, I'm assuming, to keep that little badge thing in place, and the hair will be coming underneath and just curve there in the middle of her face or forehead. Okay, and we may as well just draw the little details inside this little badge. So we're just gonna draw the second shape, the exact same clover shape that we just drew. We'll just draw a second one inside, like so, and then we're just gonna make like a drop of water, I guess, except it's upside down. Just draw that in like that, and then the other sides just have a line that goes through the middle. Now, since what I am looking at is obviously pixelated because it's a sprite, it's very hard to tell whether the lines actually meet in the middle, but I'll just assume it doesn't because I can't really tell. So we'll just go with this for now. And I think we'll keep the face for last, so now we'll just do the body then. So, okay, first we have to draw the neck, obviously. So, fairly thin, not too wide. Goes outwards a little, actually. Just like that. Also, we just join up the back of her hair, just like so. Okay, so on the, she's gonna be facing, her body is facing towards the left, kinda. So let's just say that the line right here is going to be the middle of her body. That seems about right. So here we're gonna have an arm. So let's just say the arm will be the width of about, maybe about a third more or less of the width of the little arch here of her whole second half of the body. And so this is going to be the arm here, so this is the sleeve. And let's see, just gonna go up. Looks like a very I don't know, baggy clothes. I don't really know what you would say, but it doesn't look like the newest clothes, I guess you could say. It looks much like it was stitched together by hand a long time ago, but who really knows. So this is gonna be her dress. It's just gonna go down right to here. So this is gonna be towards, closer to her back. And let's just draw in her arm. So in the end they're gonna meet at the point here, because we're not gonna draw the whole body, because otherwise it wouldn't really fit in our video right here. So more or less this is gonna be her arm, and then here, so around the point where the left bottom of the sleeve and the dress here point meets, we're gonna have the bracelet. So this is gonna be facing up slightly, so I'm gonna make it tilt a little, and it's fairly wide, not too much, something like that, maybe a little less, taller, something like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, and let's just do the details of that a little later. Now we'll do... Okay, so first we should actually connect the neck to the actual sleeve here. So it's just gonna link, just curve down and go there. And let's see, we'll do the same here. We're gonna join the shoulders. And I'm gonna go down. Now here we're gonna have the dress, so this is gonna be the top of the dress. Just make two little curves. Now of course this side, the right side, is closer to us, so we want to make this second little curve a little bigger than the one on the left, like so. And this is gonna be the dress again, so just follow this down. I'm just gonna curve a little and just go down like that. Okay, and we're just drawing her arm on the other side. You can't really see much of it, it's just a bit of a sleeve, just like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And let's see, let's just draw the shapes on the little patterns on her dress. So I think we can just rub out the line, we don't really need that anymore. So around the middle, a little lower, around here, around the middle of the little lump here on top of the dress, I'm gonna draw just a line, and same on the other side, except you can't really see, I mean you can see all of it, but it's gonna be a little more vertical, like so. Now I'm assuming that these are like stitches in a shirt, in a dress, and then we're gonna have some little like jagged lines. Now this makes it look like that this dress was just sewed together by a bunch of cloths, piece of cloth. And so here as well, we're gonna draw a few okay, and I actually think that will yeah, I'm just gonna redo the top bit, just gonna lower all of this a little, made it a little too high, sorry about that. Okay, so this line in the end on the right, it should meet up about where the bottom left tip of the sleeve is, more or less. So that's just a little heads up. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And on the very left here, there's like a ribbon sort of thing just poking out. Okay, and let's see, I think now we can just move on to the face. Just grabbing tissue, I forgot to get one before, so I don't smudge the paper with my hands. Okay, so we're gonna be doing her face now. So let's see, the middle where the eyes, or let's just draw a line where the eyes would go. So that's just around around here maybe. So it's pretty low. Her eyes are pretty low. Again, don't make it completely horizontal. We want to make it tilt just a little. Like I said again, her face is tilting a bit. So let's see. First, I think we'll just draw in her eyes. So just around the middle of what we have here, just this line. We're just gonna draw around the middle. Just draw a curve. There we go. Draw some eyebrows, just 3. And we'll do the same over here. Okay, just like that. And we'll just draw in her nose, just in the middle here, just a line. And it's gonna be a line here, here. And then we're gonna draw in the eyebrows, so it's gonna be going fairly down, and it's gonna be in line with the eyes that we have here. So just start around here, and just gonna go down. Okay, and then we're gonna draw in her mouth. Now, her mouth is very interesting, to say the least, the shape. So we're just gonna draw 2 curves, and they're gonna go up in the middle here. Just gonna curve inwards, and then make that big smile. Her neck is a little short, so we'll just redraw the bottom of her head a little. And I think her head is a little more round than what we drew, so just fix that up. Okay, so now let's see, what else do we need to add? We'll just add the little, what do you call it, like the little bones that you have underneath your neck and your shoulders. So just draw that in. And that looks about right. I think we're good. Oh yeah, forgot to draw the little details on the bracelet. Okay, so just gonna add a second line on both sides, and then there's gonna be part of a circle here, and you're gonna see half of the other circle on this side, and they're just gonna join up. Like so. And then we're just gonna have 2 lines, 2 diagonal lines in this little area, and draw another circle inside the circle there. I think we are ready, more or less, to move on to the outline. Okay, so I think I'll just rub out a few lines that I won't need, that could possibly get me mixed up with what I should be outlining and what I shouldn't. So the lines that we use to guide ourselves to be able to draw this. Also, be sure to get the line here and link all the way to the top of her head. not all of the lines will go to the top though. Like this one is just gonna stay in this little area, and it's not gonna get any longer than that. Same goes for this line here, and this line will just stay here as well. But this line will go up to, not to the very top, but it's just gonna merge in with this line we have here. Okay, that looks about right, so I think we're good to move on to the outlining. So I'm gonna rub everything out fairly lightly to make everything light, so I will be able to distinguish what I already outlined and what I didn't. And once I finish outlining, I'm gonna wait for it to dry, and I'm gonna rub out all of the pencil. And so yeah, don't forget to wait for it to dry, otherwise you might smudge the outline, the ink, and you won't be able to get that off. So that is very important. And once we do that, then we can move on to the coloring in. Okay, so I finished all the outlining and rubbed out all the pencil once the ink dried, and so now we're just going to fill in the parts that we're going to fill in with the outliner. So that will be the eyes and the little stitches in there. Now the reason that I didn't do this before when I was outlining everything is because, of course, if I go over in one area with this several times, it's going to be a thick layer of ink, and it doesn't always dry completely by the time I start rubbing out, so it will smudge a lot. So it's always good to do this after you finish rubbing out all the pencil. So we're just gonna fill in the eyes and the stitches in there. Okay, and now we can start coloring in. Now I think we will begin with, let's say, the hair. So with the hair, we're only going to be using the two purple colors. Now I think there are going to be three primary tones or shades of purple in the hair, and there's going to be the light, which we use the light purple for. And then there's gonna be the dark, which is gonna be with this dark purple, and then in between the just normal purple. I'm just gonna use the dark purple and press lightly to get a lighter tone. So the lighter areas will be the upper, more upper part of the hair. So that will be this area, and same goes for this side. So the more upper areas. So we're gonna make a sort of gradient when we go from lighter to dark. So we're gonna use the light purple, then we're gonna use the dark purple, press lightly, and then slowly get darker to make a gradient from lighter to darker. And when we get to the bottom, so most of it will be the normal purple, and some parts like behind the back of the hair, like here, or the bottom part of the hair, it's gonna be darker. And we're also gonna use this purple and press it lightly to get a normal purple color to fill in the eyebrows. And then that's it. Actually, no. And do the same thing and fill in this little area on the little badge thingy. Okay, that's it with the hair, and we are finished with the purple as well. We're not going to be using that anymore. And now we'll move on to the skin. So we're going to be using the skin color and the slightly darker brownish kind of color. And so with this, it's really only going to be one tone, just one tone of skin color. And then some parts such as underneath the neck or the bottom of the face, underneath the sleeve, and underneath the bracelet, places like that, it's gonna be shaded with this. And since, you know what, let's also do the mouth as well, because there's not much to do there. So with the mouth, it's just the pink and the crimson-ish pinkish color. So the pink will be around inside this area, and behind that most of it will be the crimsony color, and we're gonna kind of once again make a bit of a gradient as we go lower. So it's gonna be darker at the very top, and it's gonna get slightly lighter as we go down. So I think with the skin color, I think I'll start with the darker ones first, the darker area first, and then I'm gonna go over with the rest with the light color, because there's not much of the shaded parts to do. Okay, so we're done with the skin and the face and the mouth and all that. So now we're going to move on to the yellow. Now there's not too much to do. So with the light color, the very light yellow, it's going to be just a line. Just going to be a line around here. And that's pretty much it. There's not too much to do with this, but there is going to be a distinguishable lighter area in around here. And the rest will be filled in with this much richer orangey kind of yellow color. So it's gonna be the bracelet and this little badge thing. Also forgot to mention, this is gonna be used for the shading of the yellow. So that's gonna be areas like inside this circle here, in this little area here, and a bit at the bottom here and there, and that's pretty much it. Okay, this is going pretty well, I think. So, now we're just gonna move on to the clothes, or the blues. So, there's also one more thing that we're gonna be doing other than the clothes, and that's the little clip there. So that's gonna be colored in with the middle color. So, here is, okay, so this light color, the light blue, will be coloring in this area. And then we have the grayish blue with this area, and then the much darker grayish blue, which is this area. And also with the middle color, we're gonna fill in this thing and this thing, and and the sleeve as well. And that's pretty much it. Now there's not too much shading with these. There's gonna be just a little bit on like this area, the right side of the dress next to her arm. So we'll just use the same colors and press a little harder to get a bit of a darker tone, and a bit at the back here next to the arm, and the bottom of the clip as well. And that's pretty much it. So I think once we finish that, we will be finished. Alright, this drawing is finished. Now I'm just gonna find a place to write Acerola. Now I know that this drawing doesn't completely fit on this camera, but I think I'll write Acerola underneath it. So just write it here. There we go. Alright, so be sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any drawings that you would like me to do in the future, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. I don't know, but that'll be pretty freaking cool. And if you draw along with me, tell me, how did your drawing of Acerola go? And if you would like, you can go to my Twitter page, links in the description, and you can send me a picture of your drawing because I love seeing what you guys make. And so yeah, as usual, I will see all of you beautiful people next time.